Morning everybody, it's Saturday the 14th of June. This week been to cereals, really enjoyable day. Went on day 2, got to catch up with plenty of colleagues, but a bit disappointed by the amount of innovation going on. I didn't really think that there was that much new. Probably my takeaway was I always keen on the horse stand and the Claydon stand. I think both of them have a consistent history of delivering innovation and new insights, and neither of them really disappointed this year. So I think there's a real development from both of them to go for toolbars. So they've taken the hopper off the drill, put that on the front of the tractor. Relatively straightforward concept for Claydon. However, the horse concept I found really refreshing because they've got a thin tined coulter and they've got the Avatar platform as well. So, and in fact they also had a power harrow platform as well. So that gave you 3 different mechanisms for drilling with the use of one hopper, and it's a split hopper as well. So I thought that was very interesting development, and of course it's also in the case of horse fully integrated with their weeding system. So I found that something thought-provoking. My concern would be is hydraulic pressure control, which made it look awfully expensive, which was a little bit disappointing. But otherwise, a space to watch. And obviously, robotic tractors continue their evolution. So that was quite interesting. Today, back on farm, we have a placement student who we've had for 2 weeks. So we've just been tidying up around the farmyard, picking off some small jobs, helping a landlord water some trees. But I've just been out and having a look at some spring wheat, and I just thought we'd pop in because I've been talking a lot to my agronomist this week about our winter beans. However, we posted some videos earlier in the year of us drilling into spring beans into grass, and I thought I was just driving past the field, so I thought I'd take the opportunity just to pop in and visit. So here you can see this is our field of spring beans. I am pretty pleased with this, really. In between the rows do you get these occasional patches of fat hen, which is far from ideal. And that little guy. In here we've got a ladybird. I haven't seen any black fly yet. We're getting big black fly outbreaks. The winter beans usually happens on a bean plant on the outside of a field, but quite often you can see a ladybird larvae sort of cultivating its larder of black fly. But I haven't seen any black fly in this spring beans. As we said, the point of this crop is to break down the grass, and if we just take this place as an example, random example, going down the row, and as you can see here, the grass is now completely broken down, and with a view that remains the fibrous nature of the roots is retained, and this will make a wonderful surface to drill into in the autumn. Also just finished a phone call where I've agreed to do a land swap with a neighbour. He's going to take a block to grow lucerne on, and I'm going to take his ex-grass block to grow beans on. So really that just reflects the success we're having with winter beans. This year the beans have really continued to grow. My winter beans, I'll show you a series of pictures, have really continued to grow in height. They're up a sort of somewhere between shoulder and head height now, which I think, considering the dry conditions. They've really performed very well. Very little brown rust, although we have been through recently with a fungicide just to protect them now that flowering is finished. So I'm very pleased with the winter beans. Definitely seem to have, let's not say cracked it, but certainly improved my growing system. So again, just to repeat, the issue is rotation and not being able to grow them more regularly in rotation. So 1 year in 6, we can't go any tighter than that. So it's whatever else we can grow around those beans. Elsewhere, we've had a annual farm business tenancy meeting, set out the cropping for that. So we've got a bit more oats coming into the rotation. In a block there, we've got an issue with brome, so that won't be growing, that particular field in the block won't be growing oats. Very difficult to control grass weeds in oats, especially in a low input system. So we're actually taking that field out of the rotation and we will be putting it into winter beans. So really trying to manage fields on an individual basis without disrupting that block cropping system. So that's really been our focus for this week. We've got the crop planning meeting for the rest of the farm coming up on Monday. Elsewhere, we've been working on how to establish a multi-species cover crop with Clearfield rapin. So we're pretty much finished making our seed choices for that. So we are planning to mix hybrid Clearfield in with summer cover crop, plant that as soon as the winter wheat is taken off. We've gone with a variety, we've got palladium in the ground this year, which is quite an early variety, so that should give us the opportunity to get harvesting quite quickly, push the Clearfield rape cover crop mix in, and then early spring spray out with Clearfield, kill all the cover crop and just leave our rapes there. Fingers crossed, 2 different blocks. One has got high pigeon pressure, quite a risk on that block, I'm a bit nervous about it. The other block is a bit more friendly, so hopefully we can sort of control for pigeons in getting our answer. One block has pigeons, one not, the other not really. So something new, see if the multi-species gives us something extra as we continue to look for another break crop other than beans. So thank you for the spring beans. See you next time. Bye.